Hello everybody, here's my second attempt to show you how to use Epi-coaxial illumination with Nikon smz-10 stereo microscope with nozzles. So here's our nozzle. We can make such moves here to position it proper for entering light. We can do such moves. We have a front filter that is a quarter wave filter here, and we have the illumination device here with controlling iris. Some actions. So let's see how it works. First of all, we need to set mobile phone on eyepiece position because I can't attach it to the camera port. I have no 2x optical camera on my phone, so I need to use my eyepieces instead to see how it works. So let's see. I set magnification to the lowest position on the microscope, or almost lowest. Here's the lowest, and I need to find proper tilt of this block I have to get the brightest illumination here. I found it. Now we need to set some magnification. We can distinctly see 5 nozzles here inside, and our goal is to compare 2 different ways of illumination made with this exact microscope set. So here's the first well-known illumination in its planet version. We can see now what have we got. We can use different rotative position of our quarter wave filter here. We can see parts at the very bottom of our nozzles with 5 little tiny holes. Those are the nozzles itself, and we see the barrel inside with some kind of scratched or might be even rusty bit metal. So it's our first way of illumination. As we can see, we can position the bottom of the nozzle to the some sweet spot where we can see the best parts in contrast. And last thing we are using, it's a little iris here. When we close it, we can get the maximum contrast in a very narrow field here to see what happens. So it was our first way of illumination. We could say the standard one. Now I'm setting it to pause and changing the way of connection. For connection we have to use special printed on 3D printer connection parts, and we'll change the normal way of attaching parts in our microscope. So I'm trying to do it now. So firstly, I have detached my objective, attached the screwed here some adapter, and my objective is here waiting to be attached to some other place, not that usually that should. Okay. After that, I have attached upper part of objective to another adapter, so we can either put objective to its original position with those two parts here, or put between the microscope zoom module and the objective our light, our illuminator. It's here, our illuminator. So we are trying to put it between the objective and zoom module, not above as it was set a standard option by beneath. So let's see how it works. So it's bottom of our microscope, and I'm trying to attach here illumination device, illuminator. After that illuminator is attached on the bottom part of the zoom, we need to attach our objective. It got now usual ordinary bayonet type, so it could be easily set here. So what have we got here? A bit different view of our microscope setup. Here was ordinary place for this illuminator. Here's a zoom, and here's our illuminator. You could say it's totally changed its position. It moved ahead of zoom, and after that here's our usual objective that is attached with the bayonet. So let's see, have we got any difference with such strange design. So here's our internal part of a nozzle with a minimum magnification. We don't need it to be minimal. We need to set it to proper value. And what have we got? We got very, very clear view with a very strong contrast of those internal parts. We can easily now see even side of barrels here. They were not that easily seen. And let's see what more can we get here. So I'll try to position our nozzle a bit. Maybe we can find some sweet spot, but at least we can see the structure is pretty different in view. When we set a proper position of our quarter wave filter, all parts are bright and very easy seen, with distinctively much better contrast here. Much better. We can see a tiniest changes in the walls of the bottom of the nozzle. Don't you see it? We still can change a way light enters the hole. There are a lot of ways. We can change a way of quarter wave filter works here. We can change it position and see how different all things are seen now. And even if you got very exact position, we can watch here all parts. Not that easy to look through the camera, but at least I'm trying. we can see something inside those holes, the nozzles itself. So that is our second connection. That is much more complicated in design, but contrast is 4 times better. I can do this way with any illumination devices, only some parts of them, but with such illumination devices, we can see much more inside our nozzles. Here's the very bottom nozzles. Some rust is thin like scratches, and even much more side. So you've just seen how it all works. We can even set magnification to the top. Here's 60 times magnification, and we can still very clearly see what happens inside, how walls are set. So that is very huge improvement over the basic design we got. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. Here's our setup. Here's our nozzle. And here's the way I was moving it to see inside. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you will subscribe to my channel to see more such interesting videos. Bye bye everybody.